Okay, so to continue on from the previous lesson, what we're going to do now is take a look at how to fix three remaining issues that we're having for the inside of the mouth. So first, go under File, do Save As, and save this as a Rigging Lesson 02 J.blend. Now go ahead and click on the armature, make sure that it is set on pose mode, and this should be set on stick under this tab. Go ahead and click on the figure and you're going to switch to weight paint mode and press the Z key. Remember, on the figure, on the modifiers tab, we have the mirror disabled, meaning that if I click it, it'll just show this. So to see the inside of the mouth, we have this disabled. Now do Control 3 so we can see the head from the left side. Now go ahead and click on the jawbone, zoom out, and press the R key. So here you'll notice that when we move this jawbone, these top vertices are moving for the inside of the mouth. This is what I'm talking about. Notice that over here for the jawbone, these vertices have to move with it, right? If we press the R key 2 times, we can see that these vertices have to move. But this on top needs to be removed. That's the first issue. Do Control 3. Now go ahead and click on this tongue bone. Go ahead and zoom out. Now if we press the R key over here, we can see that we are moving vertices that belong to the bottom of the neck. So we have to remove these. The other issue here is that if we click over here and press the R key 2 times, we can see that the vertices for the gums are also moving. So we have to remove these. So let's actually take a look at this bone over here. So what we're going to do is basically tell the vertices that are on the neck to stop following this bone. We're not going to actually remove the vertex groups. We're just going to lower their values to 0. So to do this, all we have to do is first go to Options and click on Active. The reason we have to do this is we have to do the middle mouse button to see what's actually going on, right? Because you have to take an inventory of what function to use. So here you can see that over here, all these vertices are moving with the tongue. So this is a really good candidate for the levels function, right? Because the level function that we're going to use is going to either raise or lower the value for all the vertices at the same time, right? Because these vertices here on the neck are the furthest away, they're going to have the smallest value. So do Control 3. Go to Tools, and over here we're going to click on Levels. Make sure that this is on Active Group, this is on 0, and this is set on 1. Now notice what's going to happen. If we press the Shift key down and click our mouse over here and increase the value, raising the value for all the vertices at the same time, that if we lower the values, you'll see that the blue color is going to go away. Remember, this is not dropping the vertex group from the tongue, it's simply telling these vertices to stop following the tongue bone. So here I'm just going to lower it until I see the last remaining item on the neck disappear. I'm going to keep, okay, right there. See, if I take it to the right, that's on the neck. As soon as I do this, it goes away, and let it go. Now if you do the middle mouse button, you'll see that we've basically told those vertices to stop following it. Now if we press the R key 2 times, you'll notice that it's fixed this issue. That's good. Do Control 3. Now let's take a look at this bone over here on the tongue. Now it might be hard to look at this, so go ahead and just do none so you can get to that bone. So if we go ahead and click on Active and press the R key, you'll notice that over here this is working just fine. Now if we click on this bone over here, the gums are moving. So this again is a good candidate for levels. So here we're going to go to Tools and we're going to click on Levels. Regardless of the fact that this still shows over here, we still have to click on Levels because we're working with the new bone. So click on Levels. You'll see that it's going to automatically disappear. It's because it's taking the values from what we did previously. So To not get confused by this process, just click over here, press 0 and enter. This means we're starting again from scratch for this mode. Over here, do the same thing, press the shift key down and start taking the values away until you see them removed from the front of the gums. You can of course do the middle mouse button to rotate to do it this way. You can see that everything's gone. I'm going to press the R key 2 times just to make sure. So here we've isolated the tongue. I'm going to go ahead and go to options and do none. Over here, R key, you can see that it's moving. Notice that the bottom over here moves, and this is good. That's what we want. Click over here, press the R key, and this is moving. So here we've fixed this issue for the tongue. Okay, now do Control 3. Let's go ahead and click on this jawbone. Now what we need to do is pretty much do the same concept. We're going to use levels again, but we need to isolate only these vertices. What's the quickest way of doing this? Of course we can do this in edit mode. We're going to do Control 3. Go ahead and switch to edit mode first and press the Z key, A key to deselect all the vertices. Remember, you can do A to select everything, A to deselect. Go ahead and click on this or vertex over here. Now to increment the selection process starting with this vertex, all you have to do is press the Control key down and press the plus sign on your numpad. So Control plus, you'll see that it's going to start to select the vertices. If you press the minus sign, it'll deselect. So what I'm going to do is simply select it right around actually here. Okay, now I'm going to press the Z key. Now what we want to do is simply remove some of these vertices. So here we can press the C key and do the scroll wheel and do the middle mouse button to deselect some of this stuff. Right click to cancel. These vertices should be good enough. Now notice that we've only selected the vertices for the inside of the mouth. Now we can go ahead and switch to weight paint. Now to get to those vertices, we simply have to switch on this mode over here. Notice that only these vertices are selected. When you have these vertices selected, you can simply go to Tools, do Control 3. Remember, when you are in this mode, you have to have the bone already selected. You can't click over here and start selecting bones. It's going to deselect these vertices. Press the R key. You can see that here the top is moving. So here we're going to do the same thing. Click on Levels. Now over here I'm just going to type in 0 and enter. So here I'm going to do the same thing. Click my mouse. I'm not doing the shift key now. I'm just going to decrease this until it all goes away, and it does. Okay. Now when you press the R key, you'll see that it's working just fine. That's what we want. Okay. And that's it. Now go ahead and click this off and press the R key to ensure that it works. Now let's go ahead and look at this in object mode. Press the Z key, go back to the modifiers tab and enable the mirror modifier. And let's actually click on the jawbone, press the 1 key. I'm going to go to the front view. I'm going to press the R key 2 times just to open up this area over here. You can see that this is working very nicely. And let's actually just rotate this, click on this bone over here, press the R key 2 times. We've isolated the tongue over here. It's the R key. Okay. Now let's just take a look at what's going on the inside of the mouth. See how this is coming? This is because we're actually moving the jaw way too much. Okay. This is why it's going into the other parts. There's obviously a limit to how much a jaw can move. So if you move it right around here, press the Z key, you'll notice that it's just going to behave this way over here. Okay. So that's how this is. Now let's take a look and do Control R and just take a look at if we're getting what we are looking for over here. Okay, now I'm just going to do A and Alt R G S to make sure that everything is set up correctly. Now let's go ahead and make sure we're clicked on the armature, go to this tab and go back to octahedral. Now the last remaining step is that here we're going to click on the figure and switch to edit mode, And here we're just going to click on a few vertices over here. So here you'll notice that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this tells me that some of these vertices in these crowded spaces are going to have basically more than 4 vertex groups. So as I've said, when it comes to gaming engines, the max you can have is 4. So to fix this, all we have to do is press the A key to select all the vertices, go to the Tools tab, go all the way down over here, go to Vertex, these Weight Tools options, and here what we're going to do is click on Limit Total. Click it. Make sure that this is set on 4. Okay, so here I'm just going to do 4. Now go ahead and now go back to some vertex over here. You'll see that now it's limited to 4. This is the most important step when you're working with characters and you want them to work in gaming engines. Okay, now everything's done. So the last remaining thing is switch to object mode. Go ahead and click on the armature, make sure that it's in pose mode. Now let's just press the R key to just do a quick check. Everything is working over here. Everything works over here. On the head, press the R key. This works. I'm going to position it like this. Click over here, press the R key, press the X key 2 times to open up his mouth. You can see that this works over here. Now we can click over here, press the R key 2 times, just raise the tongue. And here we can position the tongue in any way that we want. This works really good. And over here, we of course know that the eyes are going to work. They do. Press the 1 key. Go ahead and click over here. Press the R key 2 times. Now it's a good idea to actually go all the way like this. This is to make sure that you got all the vertices, right? Especially when it comes to the head. Press the R key all the way down like this, just to make sure that none of the vertices are misbehaving. So everything looks good. Over here, press the R key. This works. Over here, just gonna click on the hand and this will work just fine. Okay, and here I'm just going to go ahead, press the R key, press the X key. This works. Okay, everything over here looks to be perfectly fine. I'm going to just go ahead and just check these major joint areas real quick. Press the R key over here. Remember, when you click on a bone, you can press the period key anytime on your numpad to home in on this area. So you can do the middle mouse button. And everything over here, press the R key. So everything is working. So we're done with this. We're going to press the A key to select everything. Do Alt R G S to ensure that everything is in place. Do Shift C, Control middle mouse button, and park it over here. So here we've completed the actual rigging process, the first step in the rigging process for our figure. Let's go ahead and do in final save. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.